Good morning and happy Wednesday. First, we're going to begin with our announcements. Remember, every Tuesday is NCCT certification practice exam. Remember, always check your news and announcements. Remember, before you log off for the day and when you log on for the day, make sure that you're checking news and announcements for important information. Also, make sure that you're watching these videos, these 5 minute, no longer than 10-minute videos. This is going to also help you with being able to understand the information that's being presented in the chapters. Remember, we're nearing the end of Module 154, so please make sure to submit all of your missed assignments, catch up on things that you don't understand. Give me a call, text, or email. Remember, my office hours are Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Fridays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. I am off on weekends. Please remember to email me, give me a call or text during my business hours. If you call me on the weekend, I will return your call within 24 hours on the next business day. So we started in chapter 22 on Tuesday, the endocrine and nervous system. So I have some slides here that we're going to go through, and this should be able to help you with understanding the endocrine system and nervous system. So it starts off, what is endocrine system? Endocrine system meaning hormones or chemicals that affect a lot of the bodily functions ranging from hunger, reproduction, and growth to much more complicated functions like human emotions and behavior. These hormones are produced in our body through 9 primary glands, and these glands, along with other organs that provide auxiliary functions, make up the endocrine system. So I have a few diagrams here so that you can take a look at what's going on. So it says, let's have a detailed look at the endocrine system, notes, and explore the major human endocrine glands. So this here, look at this. It's 4. These are your parathyroid glands. And if you look in your textbook, chapter 22, it tells you about the parathyroid glands. So make sure when you're looking at these diagrams, you're reading the information. So next we have on here, this is the thyroid glands. So I have different little illustrations for you to look at. The thyroid glands here. So these are the different diagrams. So I'm going to switch over here to the diagrams, and they're showing you, this is endocrine glands. The pituitary gland, look at the location. The pineal gland, your thymus, your thyroid gland, which is here, showing you on here. This is your thyroid gland. This is the parathyroid. It's 4 little dots right here. The parathyroid, that's located behind your thyroid gland. Your thymus, your adrenal gland, the pancreas, the ovary, and the testes. So here are some diagrams that's letting you see here. If you look and you switch, the adrenal gland is located on top. So please pay attention to this diagram. It's showing you where everything is located in your body. Major endocrine glands, pituitary gland. The pituitary gland is enclosed deep within the skull. The pituitary gland is the size of a pea. It hangs on a stalk at the base of the brain. Look right here. This is a diagram showing you what the pituitary gland looks like. It consists of an anterior portion that produces hormones and a posterior portion that has many neural links. This gland is regarded as the master gland as it controls the function of all the other glands. Let's go over this again. Enclosed deep within the skull, major endocrine glands we're discussing, the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland is the size of a pea. It hangs on a stalk at the base of the brain. It consists of an anterior portion that produces hormones and a posterior portion that has many neural links. This gland, the pituitary gland, is regarded as the master gland as it controls the function of all the other glands, such as the adrenal, thyroid glands, and the endocrine system. The pituitary gland stimulates the adrenal glands to secrete cortisol. Its steroid hormone controls a range of activities from controlling the body's metabolism to stimulating blood pressure. The pituitary gland also secretes prolactin, which stimulates the production of milk. So pay close attention, read over this again, the pituitary gland. Thyroid gland. The thyroid gland can be found at the front of the neck. Let's look at that picture. The thyroid gland, the front of the neck. Between the windpipe. Brownish red, it has blood vessels coursing through it. It secretes hormones that are collectively called thyroid hormones. The most prominent are T3 and T4, which influence the body's rate of metabolism. Parathyroid glands. Here it is here on this diagram, the parathyroid glands. Sorry about that. The parathyroid gland consists of 4 small glands that are located behind the thyroids in the neck. They influence the calcium levels in the body by producing a hormone called parathyroid hormone. So again, let's look at this picture here. This is the parathyroid. It's behind the thyroid in the neck. They influence the calcium levels in the body by producing a hormone called parathyroid hormones. Sometimes when the gland produces excess parathyroid hormones, it can have negative effects such as brittle bones and kidney stones. Adrenal glands. The adrenal glands sit atop the kidneys and are no larger than a walnut. Adrenal glands. You see this? These are the adrenal glands. It sits on top of the kidneys. Right here, adrenal gland sits on top of the kidneys. The adrenal glands sit atop the kidneys and are no larger than a walnut. These glands produce over 150 hormones that regulate different functions in the body. The most well-known is adrenaline, which triggers the flight or fight response. In other words, this is a stress hormone that helps the organism to either face a dangerous situation or to avoid it altogether. It does this by increasing blood sugar levels, increasing the blood supply to the muscles, particularly to the limbs, dilating the pupils, increasing the heart rate, tightening the jaw muscles. This is how the adrenal glands functions. Again, the adrenal gland sits on atop the kidneys. Next, the pancreas. The pancreas is exocrine as well as the endocrine gland that sits behind the stomach. Here's a picture. The pancreas sits behind the stomach. It is roughly 6 inches long and rather flat. The pancreas has 2 primary roles to play. Primary roles to play. Producing digestive enzymes, producing hormones such as insulin and glucagon. Insulin is produced by the 3 cells in the pancreas, and it helps in regulating the blood glucose levels in the body getting too high. As we are all aware, the lack of insulin causes type 1 and type 2 diabetes. The hormone glucagon is produced by a cell of the pancreas, and it helps the body to prevent the glucose levels from dropping too low. Lack of glucagon leads to hypoglycemia. Remember that prefix, hypo, low, hypoglycemia, Another key difference between the two is insulin becomes active when the blood glucose levels are high, and glucagon becomes active only when blood glucose levels are low. Gonads, and it's showing you right here, this is a picture of the ovaries. Some glands are specific to males or females. For instance, the ovaries are specific to females and are located in the pelvic cavity, while the testes are specific to males. Ovaries produce estrogen that is important for reproduction and female sex characteristics. Testes produce testosterone that is responsible for male sex characteristics. Also, it results in increased muscle mass and body hair. Pineal glands. Some say pineal, some say pineal. The pineal gland is located between the two halves of the brain. It was also known as the third eye for most of history due to its location in the brain and its connection with light. It produces a hormone known as melatonin, which influences the body's internal clock, also known as the circadian rhythm. It influences the body's sleep-wake cycle. And as you might know, a lot of times, sometimes we say we need to take some melatonin to help us go to sleep. It helps us with relaxation and other things as well. Its effects are not really noticeable unless the individual is sleep deprived. Factors such as jet lag or working the night shift has a more noticeable effect on an individual because circadian rhythm tends to coincide with the day and night cycle. That's why individuals who work during the night find it hard to fall asleep during the day and consequently stay awake for the next night. This is the carotid arteries, and they're showing you it's a split right in here. So this is a diagram showing you how it looks in the body. Next, here are some questions for you. Where are the endocrine glands located? I need you to submit this. I've reviewed it. Make sure that you go back and read the slides. Where are the endocrine glands located? I also have a diagram where it's located for you to view. What is the most important endocrine gland? Submit. So if you're watching this video, like you should, it's going to be posted in your daily assignment. You should be able to answer these questions without any problems. Then on the next slide, it said, where are the endocrine glands located? The endocrine system is comprised of several glands. The human brain contains the hypothalamus, pituitary, and pineal glands. The neck includes the parathyroid and thyroid glands. The pancreas is beneath our stomach. The adrenals are on top of the kidneys, and the thymus is between our lungs. You have a diagram in these slides to reference. The pelvic area contains either male testes or female ovaries, depending on gender. What is the most important endocrine gland? Remember, I reviewed this previously. The pituitary gland. The pituitary gland is a tiny gland around the size of a pea. Is essential for controlling important functions of the body and overall well-being. Because it manages the function of most other hormones secreting glands, it is known as the master gland of the body. This assignment is worth 10 points. This will show me if you're watching the videos. So this is going to help you all. You have to watch the videos to get this information. Also, reading your PowerPoint slides, paying attention, and also making sure that you participate in the Zoom lessons, the Zoom lectures. This is also going to help you with class activity, with your classmates, with being able to find these codes and actually doing it hands-on. So again, this is chapter 22, the endocrine and nervous system. If you have any questions, please feel free to text, email, or call me. Happy Wednesday and enjoy the rest of your evening. Remember, Zoom class is every Thursday for 4 p.m. NCCT prep is every Tuesday for 2 p.m. Enjoy your day.